First and foremost, as always, let us give all praises, great glory, and honor to our Elohim, to his only begotten Son, Yahushua Hamashiach, to the family scattered to the four corners of the earth. How y'all doing? Shalom. So I just wanted to drop a quick word, and it is with regards to the mysteries of the book of Revelation. Now, I just wanted to clarify and clear up just a few things, just a few. And it is with regards to when we think that the book is only speaking about the punishment that is given to our enemies. Okay? The Most High was dealing with me on this. Like, you gotta know, first of all, how all of these things came into being. That it's not just our enemies being punished, but his enemies. And by his enemies, he's talking about them and us. Yeah, I said it. Because how do you think when we talk about Deuteronomy 28 coming into play, how do you think the Most High was seeing us then? What did he warned and warned and warned? He sent all his prophets out to warn. Nobody wanted to listen. Everybody wanted to be their own God. Everybody wanted to go their own way, to forget that, oh, wait a minute, you don't make promises to the Elohim and not keep it. He's keeping his side of the bargain, and y'all over here just forgot it. So, in essence, this is how our forefathers treated him and how our people today are still treating him. So it's the reap what you sow concept. Treated our Elohim like boo-boo. Then he rose up another nation to treat us like boo-boo. So all of the events that lead up to the great and final day, he's also giving you insight. Just like he says, he never gave us more than we can bear. So we can bear these things. Problem is when the Kraken gets let out, they don't care who is in their way. Innocent blood will get shed as well. So it will behoove us to get it together sooner than later. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. Okay, because while I might say that they're taking the rebels, they're also taking, as we said, innocent blood. They don't care. If you are truly woke, okay, truly aware, vigilant, more than even enlightened, and facing the truth of what you see before your own eyes and not just what people or the heathens are telling you, you're like, listen, this is what I see with my eyes. My eyes aren't lying to me. Y'all are mistreating us. There's no sugarcoating that. Okay. It has to come a time when you just wake up and say, listen, it is what it is right in front of my eyes. Now, Elohim always told us, how do we get back? Turn back to him. Okay. He's the one who took the might out of our people's hands. By might, your strength. Because let's not get it twisted. Okay. The people fought back. Yes, they did. At every chance they got. This is why I say this is like the most dangerous part of the stomping out. Because that's what the beast was given to do. Feet of a bear. Bear with powerful feet. Yeah, oppression. The teeth of a lion. The mouth powerful enough to tear apart its prey. Because that's what he sent out to do. Body like a leopard. Leopard never changes its spots. No matter how much they try to tell you, we are not our grandparents. We are not. I don't know who taught them to be any better. They just morphed into something else. Like rebirth, right? We talk about they were the Romans, the Greek. In a few of my videos, I also mentioned that Same people, they just now repackaged like a PR packaging. Now they just rebranded themselves. That's all. That's all. Now they go by a different label. But the behavior has not changed. It has morphed into something else for those who want to be lost, to think that we are the delusional ones. But brothers and sisters, I got a message for y'all. Okay. If you see what you see, like I see, we're not delusional. They are the ones who choose to fall asleep, run away, and hide. And pretend, because there are those who will wake up and go right back to sleep. But there's a process where the Most High will wake you back up so much you can't even sleep no more. I'm done with this state of sleep. Now what do? He took the might, and only he can put it back in. But, man, I don't know. Should I even? Yeah. There are certain things that the Most High gave authority to his people to do, or for them to do. And like I said, read that book. Read that book. Okay. Get that understanding. The truth shall set you free. And that book of Revelation is very, very, very truthful. Okay, lots of truth. But we have to get the understanding that when we became the enemy of our Elohim, who he did nothing to us. I've seen people try to blame him for things like, I had a girl when I was in high school say, she was mad with God. Maybe she was mad with Satan because, that's a pagan name for him too. But she was mad because her father had died. He was a cop. And she, there's no talking to her. And she was cussing out God. Oh, my goodness. For Torah believers, yeah. That kind of behavior would have gotten people stoned. If y'all are keeping Torah, then where your stones at? Just saying. Let me just interject real quick. Because when it comes to the law, the law before the Messiah, Mosaic law, required actions. Okay. It required sacrificing a bullock or sheep or goat, things like that for the sins of Israel. I've seen some people do some pretty despicable things. I saw these two people on here. They done told the world that the Most High made them a high priest child. I would never. Okay? That's some Jezebel type behavior. Never do that. If you understand Jezebel characteristics, they are into idolatry. They like to put themselves on very high pedestals. They pretty much, we'll do a whole nother segment on that. I think I did though. But child, they finna take the place of the Messiah that was given to us as the high priest by the order of Melchizedek. Yeah, I said it. That's who he is. But they want to take him out and put themselves in highly crazy. Okay? I'm sorry, that word just came out because it is. I can't wrap my head around it, how anyone would do that. But, there are people who basically replace the Messiah with themselves. So, hey, I guess anything is possible in this crazy world. Anyway, so as a people, we need to come together. We need to get on one accord. We already got a code. Okay. You see, if you really want to learn anything from your enemies, because y'all talk about, they this, they that, and the third, and code it up. You see how they treat each other? We got to get to that point. And I see it happening. And boy, oh boy, brothers and sisters, it's powerful. Revolutionary even. But just remember, our curses are their blessings. When we start to do the first part of Deuteronomy 28, which talks about the blessings, and I really can't read it right now, because y'all know pronunciation's not that great, and I don't really, okay, and my throat is dry. But go ahead, read it, turn things around, okay? Stop listening to your enemy when your enemy talk about, oh, there's nobody that's mixed. Sorry, they say there's nobody that's not mixed anymore. Our Elohim, who preserved our forefathers out of Egypt, preserved their clothes and their shoes that it would not wear away for the 40 years that they were in the wilderness, said that he preserved a remnant. Bet your bottom dollar he did. And no Satan or Satan's seed can do anything about it. Let's say that again. No Satan's seed, no heathen, no matter how much they try to white out the Most High's creation, can do anything about his remnant that he said he preserved. Okay? That right there is the faith our people need to sit on, stand on, all of that and then some. Don't let them be your God. Okay? So, understanding revelation. Once we start going back to the blessings, then what happens? We start treating each other, especially the way we want to be treated. No one wants to be mistreated. Not even your enemies want to be mistreated. To the point where you start telling the truth and start loving each other, and then it's like they feel like, oh, wait a minute, it's not about me anymore. Oh, call in the what do you call it? The race cop brigade. Harass them. Because it's not about them. You're not focusing that much on them anymore. You're trying to really get together and understand where your strength is and where your purpose is. Okay? Because as long as it's all, they're all in it, in your ear, you ain't finna be focused because it's not worked before. Got to do something different, brothers and sisters. And truly obey our Elohim. So, with that, hopefully y'all got some understanding. The book of Revelation is talking about the Most High's enemies, which we became, as well as our enemies, who has also become his enemies. Because what he said, he will become an enemy to our enemy. We turn back to him. And a quick word with regards to repenting. Let me see if let's go to Leviticus 26 verse 40. And we'll close out with that. Let me see if this will pull up today, because if I haven't posted in a while, y'all, it's because my laptop is doing some things, so I'm going to have to consider getting another one and some better quality equipment. But just considering it, I just, asked my husband first, and yeah. Okay, Leviticus 26 verse 40. If they shall confess their iniquity and the iniquity of their fathers with their trespass, which they trespassed against me, and that also they have walked contrary unto me, that is, walking in sin, coming up against the law, breaking his covenant, blaspheming his name, allowing the heathens to blaspheme his name even through you, and his son's image, and his son's name. Then will I remember my covenant with Jacob, and also my covenant with Isaac, And also my covenant with Abraham will I remember, and I will remember the land. The land also shall be left of them, and shall enjoy her Sabbaths, while she lieth desolate without them. And they shall accept of the punishment of their iniquity, because they despised my judgments, and because their soul abhorred my statutes. And yet for all that, when they be in the land of their enemies, I will not cast them away, neither will I abhor them, to destroy them utterly, and to break my covenant with them. For I am Yahuwah their Elohim. So brothers and sisters, the Most High is showing you, even very similar to 2 Chronicles 7 verse 14. Okay, repent. But he's also telling you, because sometimes we get hooked up on what are we repenting for? You know, are we doing or saying the right things? Are we repenting for the right things? But he tells you here what to do. Because I know people who think that, where was God when all these things were happening? Where was he when women were being raped? Was he when this was happening and that was happening? Like that kind of ignorant behavior, because you don't understand the history of how we got here. And I'll say it again, disobedience, because there are people amongst us didn't want to listen, didn't want to uphold the holy covenant that our Elohim had with us. He's upholding it. The problem is them. The problem is our sins, our individual sins. That's why when I do talk about things like even swirling or colorism, how we treat each other, how we have out of covenant relationships affect us collectively as a nation, keeps us divided. And then we have our enemies picking and choosing who to push onto us. And you're just accepting them all free willy, all freely dealy. Like, oh, okay, we'll take them. It's supposed to be that called out, set apart people. Okay. It's not just easy to get up in this. It shouldn't be. That any old sin can come in. The whole process, even of the law, was to keep sin out. Keep the people free. Because sin is what puts you in bondage. Sin is what keeps you in bondage. So when people promote and preach things like, no, don't keep the commandments, even though the Most High said, if you keep my commandments, you love me. And he is coming for the commandment keepers. That's who he's coming for. Those who keep the commandments. But you have all these other churches that like to speak against the law and the commandments because they know the truth. And it's a specific type. I was watching or listening to, I think Mr. Hebrew 1 even, it was a while back. And there was a Gentile preacher who was preaching, talking about if they bring you another Christ. Then he was just like all over the place. And we're like, but you already did bring the other Christ. You already brought the anti-law. You already brought the anti-Messiah. Because, brothers and sisters, isn't white Jesus new to you? Is white Jesus new to you? I'm in my 30s. White Jesus been around before me, before my mother, my grandmother, my great-great-grandmother, and therefore he been around for a while. Yeah. He didn't set the captives free. He put them in captivity. Yes. And as much as you try to tell our people these things, it's like it just completely goes over their head. Completely. And I'm gonna show y'all something. I got something for y'all. Got something for you. But I'm going to have to make another video about this. I don't even want to let out what I have for y'all. But I'm going to have to fix my laptop. Hopefully I can get it done before the end of this week. But stay tuned and remember, okay, we got to get out of these enemy lines with our Elohim and get back right so he can put the might back amongst the people. Be the strength. He'll fight your fights. He'll fight your wars. He'll avenge you of any wrong done to you. So when people are reading these things, you'll have the heathens come and say, oh, well, Trump. Because this is the problem when you keep listening to them. They'll say Trump is the red horse. Honey, war been here for a long time. Y'all took the peace out of the land a long time ago. Especially even recently. Like, we've got to use our deductive reasoning. Okay? Things like that will pass you by if you're like, you just feeding off their word. Because they still predicting rapture dates till this day. I think we just missed two. April 19 and Easter Day. Their Easter Sunday, whatever. I think we just missed those. Okay. And still here. Still here. These are the people who you want to listen to. Their predictive programming and their brainwashing, all of what they do, and you see it in front of your eyes, but you still want to give them a pass. The blood is piled up on them, deeper than the Pacific Ocean. Right? And we gotta get to the point where we stop turning a blind eye to evil and the wickedness, even amongst our people. Get right. Get right. Stop turning blind eyes. Not saying that y'all are not already doing this, but stay focused and keep on it. Because a lot of y'all are like, okay, well, we're here now. We know. Now what next? Keep reading the scriptures. He shows you and he tells you. He does. He has always made a way. Just find it. And for the non-messianics and the Torah, I don't even know what to say to y'all, but Hamashiach is the way. Okay. And as we talked about him being the law, and I'll get deeper into that in another video, but until then, brothers and sisters, shalom. And if I don't see y'all or talk to y'all by the weekend, Shabbat shalom. Okay, so let me end this. 22 minutes.